All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I'm back with another post-fight discussion video. All right, y'all, back with my post-fight thoughts on Emily Ducote versus Loopy Godinez. All right, y'all, got this pick wrong. I was thinking that Loopy coming in there on short notice, that this fight was going to go Emily Ducote's way, that she was going to either have a lack of gas tank in this fight, and she was just going to get pieced up by Emily Ducote's much quicker hands and, much higher boxing IQ. But I was wrong in this one. I mean, there was still part of me that was saying Loopy's going to use her speed to her advantage, possibly even take this fight to the ground. But nah, man, Loopy didn't even wrestle in this fight. She's really abandoning her wrestling game now, and I'm wondering why. I really am. It seems like she really wants to be a boxer. I mean, it was good that she did box in this fight because she got the victory, but it still left her open to a lot of shots when Emily Ducote would wake up in this fight. And that's the one thing that I wasn't 100% sure about. I was kind of more in a fan pick on this one with Emily Ducote because I like her more as a fighter. I thought that Emily Ducote, was going to hold back a little too much because she throws a good timed right hand and she has a good leg attack. But sometimes I think she can wait a little too much. She can do a little bit of waiting too much. And you can't afford to do that in a fight with Godinez. With Godinez, you got to go after it. You got to go ahead and start pacing her up. So once she starts to fade throughout the second and third round, you're already ahead at that point. You already established your rhythm and you can just keep pot shotting her from there, kind of like Angela Hill did. And Emily Ducote, she worked with Angela Hill this go around for this fight, but they're two different fighters, two different styles. So you really just can't change somebody. So when it came down to it, I knew that Loopy had a good chance, and hand speed and boxing skill was going to be the advantage was going to go to Emily Ducote when it came down to it. I was really kind of fan picking on this one with Emily Ducote, hoping that she was going to stuff that jab in Loopy's face and just keep it at a range. But there was a lot of waiting from her, a lot of wait. I mean, looking at the first round, Godinez, she was taking advantage of that one thing about Emily Ducote, lack of head movement. She landed a good, hard right hand, left hand combination right away on the chin of Emily Ducote. And then I saw Emily Ducote's body language. She knew she was in for that fight. This girl's gonna let that hand speed go, and she kept that pressure on and just kind of mixing it up. Hard left hooks and just touching that lead leg of Ducote. Ducote, she was firing some good lead right hands, but one thing, y'all know what it is, she was not jabbing. She was throwing a lot of lead right hands, but she wasn't setting it up with the jab. The jab is an important punch. It might not be the power punch that the judges score, but it still does damage, okay? Godinez, she was landing punches and bunches, using that speed, making Ducote have to reset every time and just kind of stay honest throughout this first round. And Ducote, like I said, lack of jab and head movement, it was just giving Godinez easy opportunities for her just to let it go. Just say, okay, I'll let this combination go. I'll let this combination go. I'll let this left hook to the head go, and then follow up with a right hand, then a calf kick. She was just kind of mixing it up. I did like Ducote's left hook to the body. When she would step in, she would scrape the body with it, but there was no follow-up. Too many moments where she just landing these singles. So of course I gave the first round to Godinez. She was definitely marking up Ducote in that first round. Second round, right when Ducote established that leg kick, she started, attacking that lead leg. Godinez just stays ahead. She's letting hands and kicks go, so she's building up that lead. Ducote seemed a little bit tight throughout this. I noticed throughout the first half of the fight. She just seemed a little bit tight, so Godinez really had no trouble letting her strikes go. Like, she was just kind of wound up, so she would just let these shots go and just kind of bust her up. It wasn't until maybe the last minute of the second round where Ducote started landing some right hands and push kicks. She started landing more shots, but there was still a lack of jab here that just kind of kept her behind. It just kept her behind. Godinez letting her hands go just kept a nice flow. It was a competitive round. I think it could have gone to Ducote because she started to become a little bit more effective, but still, I probably would have said Godinez did enough to steal it towards the later part of the round. Last round, though, I think at this point, Ducote, she needed to finish. She was letting go more, but she was still leading with the right hand, which makes it the right hand easy to see coming. So Godinez is still sharp on her combinations, landing more shots. But she was starting to slow down a bit here. So Ducote, she's landing her calf kick again a little bit more here, but she's pressing also. So it makes it look like the round's going her way, but she's still getting tagged. So I think that these rounds were kind of close. There was a lot of waiting moments, I thought, from Ducote. I think at this point she had to push the pace. This is the pace she should have been fighting in the first round, y'all, for real. Like, this is the first round pace she should have been in, because the third round, that's where you got to turn it up and go ahead and go in for that kill. But, the Godinez was still just staying up on it. And like I said, there wasn't much wrestling in this fight, but Godinez, she did secure that last round with the takedown. She dove in, got that takedown just to cap it off and to take the fight. So I had it 2-1 for Godinez. I think that second round could have went to Emily Ducote. I think overall, just Loopy was just staying one step ahead, and styles make fights. And when you put a fighter in there that wants to fight and let their hands go versus somebody that's going to be a little bit more cautious with less head movement, you're going to get this type of result. So Ducote, she had to be on her game to be slick with her jab and just keep it in the face. But I think she was a little bit worried about the power coming back from Godinez after like the second round. But I think the boxing skills of Godinez are good, but not for her to just stay in there round after round to do it. I think that she needs to start going back to her wrestling too. She's got to go back to that wrestling. So it doesn't seem like she does that as much. Maybe she didn't do it because this was a short notice, and since it was short notice, she didn't get a full camp, so she knew that her gas tank wasn't going to be full. So maybe it was that. But I want to see her go back to that type of wrestling and grappling type of fighter, because if she wants to get to the top 15, she's going to have to be more so well-rounded in there. And right now, I think Loopy's entertaining and she's slowly improving, but still, I don't think that she's full on ready for, that top 15, some of those veterans yet, not just yet. But we'll see what happens from here, guys. Emily Ducote got to move her head a little bit more, got to work on her defense. Matter of fact, both fighters got to work on their defense. Not sure who's next for either one of these fighters. I got to think about it, but let me know who y'all think. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.